Guys, today we're going to learn to cook prawn 65. We've all eaten chicken 65 and we love that dish. In our restaurants, we've invented this new dish which I've done and it's selling beautifully, and I'm going to teach you that dish today. So to make this prawn 65, you're going to need about 20 to 25 prawns that I marinated with just about 1 teaspoon of red chili powder, half a teaspoon of turmeric powder and half a teaspoon of salt. Marinate these overnight and keep them in the refrigerator. In the morning when you get them out, just kind of toss these around with some wheat flour just to create a nice light coating. And that is what I have done to each of these prawns. Just tossed it in nice wheat flour to create a nice light coating. And here I have a non-stick pan. I've added about 2 tablespoons of oil. Grease this real good. The pan is nice and hot. And I'm gonna start dropping my tossed prawns into these, so that I'm going to just lightly fry my prawns and ensure that they are about 90% cooked. Okay, now the reason we fry these in the beginning is because we don't want them to break, A, in the sauce, and B, they taste amazing when they are just lightly fried. They're nice and succulent. It gives you a nice flavor of the marination as well. Okay, which is what we actually do in chicken 65 as well, as you know. Lovely. Okay, so on low flame I'm just going to let this fry for at least about 3 to 4 minutes, and then I'm going to turn them over. Lovely, so now that my prawns have got fried, in the same pan, in the same oil, I'm going to add half a teaspoon of cumin seeds, (10 to 12 curry leaves), one green chili finely chopped, 1 onion finely chopped, mix all this real good. It's important to make it in the same pan because we don't want to lose out on the flavor of the prawn frying. Okay, I'm just going to add 1/4 teaspoonful of salt so that the onions could release the moisture fast. Need be, you can add another tablespoonful of oil. Okay, now we wait until the onions become slightly light browned and release their moisture. This will take about 2 to 3 minutes on low flame. Now that my onions have become nice and soft and they've slightly browned, I'm going to add my tomatoes. So I'm adding 1 tomato finely chopped. Okay, mix this real good. Okay. Now I'm going to wait until the tomatoes become nicely squashed and release all the moisture. Okay, so I'm going to close the lid. This will take about 2 to 3 minutes on medium. Now that you see our tomatoes have got nicely squashed, okay, and they've become nice and coarse, I'm now going to I've added some water to my marination bowl of the prawn. Okay, and I'm going to add the same water back into the pan. Okay, so this is about 1 cup of water. I'm going to wait until this comes to a boil. Okay, until then I'm going to add my spices. Add 1 teaspoonful of curry powder, 1/4 teaspoonful of red pepper powder, 1/4 teaspoonful of red chili powder, half a teaspoon of turmeric powder. Okay. Mix all this real good. We'll wait until this comes to a boil. Okay, I'm now going to add just a little of green pepper, finely chopped, and half of a yellow pepper, finely chopped. Mix all this real good. Okay, let this come to a quick boil. And quarter teaspoon, yes, that's a quarter teaspoonful of Kashmiri chili powder. Okay, mix this real good so that we get a nice color. Okay, we wait until this comes to a quick boil. I'm going to sprinkle half a teaspoon of coarse pepper powder. Remember, it has to be coarse. Okay, if you like a little more spicy, you could add another half a teaspoon depending on your likes. And the spice that you want, mix it up real good. Okay, so I'm just going to let this come to half its quantity. Or if you want gravy, you could let this remain. But 65 is generally dry, or rather semi-gravy. So I'm going to let this come to half its quantity. Lovely, so I have added a little of green peas and some sweet corn which are already boiled and ready. So in case you don't have them boiled, then boil them separately and then add them to your dish. And here are your fried prawns which are also ready. Okay, so add these prawns into the sauce just before you're about to serve. So don't add them and leave them in the sauce for a long time because otherwise they will lose their marination. Add them just before you're about to serve dinner and then enjoy this with Indian flat bread or just pav or bread, roti, naan, plain steamed rice. Enjoy!